guys, welcome back to another video. Today I'll be testing out a 2-axis motorized camera slider from GVM, the great video maker. And this is the slider that's actually moving the camera around. So if you have any sort of motion sickness, then grab onto your pants, because this is gonna be sliding back and forth. Let's go. So the folks from GVM reached out to me and said, hey man, do you want to try some of our equipment? And they have lights, they have studio flashes, and of course they have camera sliders. So they offered me to try the WS-2D motorized camera slider, which I think is just one of the best things that I got in recent times, because it's going to help me out a lot in my YouTube video creation, especially when I'm doing product reviews. So in this video we'll be looking at how this thing looks, how you set it up, how you operate it, and well, in the end we'll talk about the price, because I think that this is a very affordable piece of camera equipment. So the whole package comes in this carrying bag, and we'll take a look inside and I'll show you how nicely built this device actually is. So on each side of the slider you have these retractable legs that are all individually adjustable. And this is really cool for keeping the slider level, because let's face it, you don't want it to rock around when you're actually filming a video. Now GVM did include a ball head. In my case actually it's a two-way head. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to screw this on, attach my camera, and then I'm going to show you how easy it is to program this device. So the easiest way to control the slider is with the controls that are on the panel. So you have your panning control and you also have your rotation control. And the controls are really slow, so you can really fine-tune the position. And once you have it set at a certain position that you want, you just press A here. And this is going to be registered as position A. And then you slide it to another position. You can also rotate it to another position. You press the B over here. You can set if this thing is going on a loop or not, and the time it takes to get from one point to the other, and then just press play. And the whole thing is going to go to the starting point and then do a pan and a slide. And if it's a loop, it's going to go back and forth. Now, a much easier way of controlling this is by using the official GVM app, which you can get on their website. You have this for iOS and for Android, and it doesn't require you to register any accounts, at least in my case. The cool thing is that the smartphone connects via Bluetooth, and you have like full control over your camera at a distance, and you can even set the points. Now, let's say that this is going to be my first point, so this is point A. Then I position the slider into another location, let's say maybe like this, set another point, point B, and then I select point A, point B. I set the running time or the moving time, let's say 10 seconds like this, and then press run. And the camera starts moving. Now I can pause this or I can end this, and what I can also do is choose the loop. So if I press start again, it's going to go to the starting position, and then it will just loop back and forth. Nice! Now you can also choose other modes of operation like time-lapses and hyperlapses. Now the manual mode button is really awesome, because if you turn this on, it gives you a little bit of a warning to make sure that the camera is not tilted, because when you confirm this, all the motors are turned off and you can manually set the position of the camera. So this could be my point A, and then for instance this could be my point B. So I set A for the start, B to end, set my time to 10 seconds for instance, and there you go. So it's much easier to get the angles from the beginning to the end with just moving the camera manually than to use the joysticks and wait for the whole thing to reset. Now, because I use a Sony camera, I use a micro USB cable to be the trigger or the shutter. So I connect this to the slider and the camera is going to start taking photographs automatically once I press run. So now I'm going to take a panorama shot of this scene over here. So I'm going to set 2 points, and this time I'm just going to pan the camera around without any motion. So I go here, I set my panorama. I'm gonna set the number of photos. So I'm gonna take, I don't know, 5 photographs. I'm gonna set my delay for 3 seconds, so this is before the camera actually starts firing, and the stop time is set to altogether 1.2 seconds. So let's first position the point A and point B. I'll delete the old ones. Okay, so this is going to be my starting point right over here. I'm gonna set this as for the first point, and then I'm going to rotate the camera around like this, and this is going to be my B point. Now when it comes to the build quality of this, it's actually very well built. I mean, everything is made from metal and the main tubes are from carbon fiber and they're quite thick. So this is not bending, which means that you will always get a nice smooth rocking back and forth. Now remember, if you do mount this on a tripod, make sure that you check the balance, because if the camera goes from one side to the other, it will tip your camera over and you'll break it. Well, probably not this because it's carbon fiber, but the camera, ooh, that's gone. So these were the basics for video recording and panoramas, but for hyperlapses, we actually need to go somewhere where there's more action.
Start it up.
Now the package includes the slider, which is already assembled. You get 2 large batteries and 2 charging ports for those batteries and a whole bunch of cables for connecting your camera with the slider. Now the motors that are pulling the camera back and forth and rotating the camera are really quiet. I mean, even here in this very quiet environment, I can hardly hear just a teeny tiny buzz as the camera is moving back and forth. So the slider is very useful even if you have a microphone mounted onto the camera. And that's it. If you guys have any comments or questions about the slider, make sure that you leave a comment down below. Also, if you're new to the channel, consider subscribing and hit the like button for the algorithm, because that really does help. You will also find a link to GVM and to this slider down in the description, so make sure you check that out as well. And as always, thanks for watching and I'll see you in the next video. Bye bye.